Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. And welcome to another live with Creole Boy, Cribini, and Tina.
Hi.
Hope everybody's having a great day. You guys have a wonderful day like we did.
Yes.
And hope you guys are in the best of health.
Yes, because we always want to make sure because health is most important. That's what's going to get you feeling good and out here to retire.
There you go.
And
do like Cribini.
And today, I can't wait. I've kind of been looking forward to this one. Let me pull up my notes because I don't want to misquote anybody. We had a very interesting, I would say it was very interesting, very almost tragic story given to us. So it's someone's horror story about going to the DR. And I wanted to use that as a platform to show you how not to vacation. So that's what we'll be talking about tonight. Hey, Jose. He said, good afternoon. Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
Hello.
And we know you're from Illinois. And guess what we are going to drink today? We are going to take some of the port that you brought for us when you were here. So you want to fill in the viewers how we got this bottle?
Yes. We got this bottle from one of our subscribers who recently became family. Him and his wonderful, beautiful family came out here just to see us.
Vanna White.
And spend time out here in Portugal. And they just left, actually. I'm glad they had a safe passage, safe flight back to Chicago.
Yes.
And hope everything is going good. Hope you guys unpacked. You guys are settled in. Mm-hmm. But he left us here with us for us to try.
Yes. One of his favorites.
It's a, what's it called?
Port.
Oh, port. Okay. It's a port wine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to try it tonight and see what it does.
So there you go.
Okay.
Got my cute little glasses. Cheers.
Cheers.
And virtual cheers to all you guys.
Yes.
That's good. Ooh, that's smooth. It's like butter.
It's real smooth.
It's like drinking a candy, like those butter rum candies that my mom used to give me. I like that.
So we did some food shopping today.
We did a lot of stuff today.
And we'll be coming up with a video on that sometime in the near future, what we bought, how many grocery bags we had. And I'm telling you, we was able to get in and get out. And the Uber drive was what? The fare was what?
$236.
$236 one way. And
today, I think it still is. Let me look it up to make sure, but it was dollar for dollar. So let's see if it is truly still dollar for dollar. The currency.
Wow,
the exchange rate.
The exchange rate is really different.
It's still dollar for dollar, dollar to dollar. So a euro is still a dollar. A US, we have evened out, which that's amazing. Love that. Love when that happens. So yeah, we spent $2, I can say, and 36 cents on our Uber ride.
And they said this actually, before it caught up like this, this is the first time in years that this rate is like this. I mean, I say years, I mean a lot of years.
Yeah. So let's get caught up. James, he's checking in. He said, cheers. Good afternoon from the Bluegrass State. And Nina said, nice to see both of you. Blessings and can't wait to visit again. We send our love to you both. And we're drinking, Nana. We're drinking the Pacheca.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just been a fun day for us. And, man, I don't know what's worse, grocery shopping or doing laundry.
Laundry.
They both take a lot out of you. They took a punch out of me. But
so you ready to get into this?
Let's do it.
All right. So we had a viewer that wrote in and said that he was going to rip up his passport. He was never going to travel again after a trip to Punta Cana in the DR. So he went to the Dominican Republic, and we are going to dissect every problem he had. And we're going to problem solve it, show you guys how you can do it. And then we're going to show you how easily that all could have been fixed.
Right.
Ready for this? All right. So first off, he flew into the Santo Domingo airport and he said that no one there spoke English. So let's just start. I'm going to stop it right there. First off, you were going to Punta Cana. We have said on many different consultations and videos that when you're flying in, it might look like such a great deal. And I can say the same thing about Portugal as well. It may look like it's a better deal to fly into Porto as opposed to Lisbon. And then you have to think about transportation. You're like, oh, I can take care of that. Well, in the DR, let's start there.
Yes.
In the DR, not every airport used to have the luxury of calling up an Uber, meaning rideshare. You had to use taxis or private drivers. Well, now they've kind of solved that problem, and Santo Domingo does allow Uber to actually come up and get you before you had to walk way out of the airport to be able to catch rideshare in our days. But now you have the luxury of right there, you can do it. But why would you fly all the way to, just to put this on a map for you, Punta Cana is the bottom south. Santo Domingo is like here, it's the capital.
Right.
And in the Santo Domingo airport, practically everybody speaks English. They almost have to, or be able to point you to somebody that absolutely does, because it is the epicenter for all of their tourism.
And resorts. All the people go to those resorts come to the airport.
Well, they come there in Punta Cana.
Right.
Sometimes Santiago, but it's the epicenter of tourism. It is the nation's capital. So I find it very hard to believe that no one spoke English.
And if they did, they probably want to speak to him.
So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I think either it was a thing where if he came off rude, they acted like they don't speak it. Like when I act like I don't speak Spanish because I don't want to talk to you because you're being rude. But it's either that or you do what we always say in all the videos, and that's download what before you go anywhere. That would be anywhere.
Google Translate. We always say that all the time on the channel.
Boom.
Download the app. That will help you to get through your translation issues, at least temporarily, at least.
Yeah. Because once you pull that out, hey, you just go like that and they read what you're trying to say, and then you two can get a dialogue going because they are there to serve you. And I've never had a problem in any of some part of the Santo Domingo airport. And even in Lisbon, practically everybody spoke English. So I didn't have an issue asking anyone a question about anything. Did you? I mean, you flew alone, so you didn't have any problems, right?
I had no issue. But make it even better, how about learn the language before you even get to the country?
True, but if you're taking a vacation, I would say that to someone who's
learn
going to
some
relocate.
of the phrases.
Yeah, but I would say
Key phrases.
Use your Google Translate,
right? Or
find somebody, or say English until they find somebody, because there's definitely someone that works in Santo Domingo. Rhonda's checking in from Atlanta. Hi, Rhonda.
Hello.
Okay, so the second issue he had was because he flew into Santo Domingo and he had to go to Punta Cana. He had to rent a car. So he went to the car rental agency at the airport, which, what do we always say about that?
Don't rent at the airport.
Because the rates are high. Like, I was like, is this
crazy?
Does this guy watch our videos? I feel like maybe he just wanted to comment on a video, but he's never watched a video. I'd never tell anybody. First of all, I wouldn't have told him to fly into Santo Domingo. I would have said it's not going to be worth it because, again, going back to what I was talking about before, rates, right? So they're going to pay this high rate, and then you have to drive. So you have the inconvenience of driving. It's darn near almost an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to Punta Cana, depending on where your resort is.
We drove it. We know.
Some of those resorts are really remote and far. Yeah. So you're looking at it at least 1.5, maybe 2, maybe more 2-hour drive to your resort. And you've paid all this money for a rental car when you could have went to Punta Cana and just caught a cab and went to your resort. Or most of the resorts will pick you up if you're at the Punta Cana airport.
That's even better.
Yeah. So sometimes I say this all the time, saving that little bit of money when you're looking at a $50 difference on an air flight, it's not worth the $50. It's not.
It just makes for a bad vacation. I mean, why wait all that time? You take time off from your job, whatever you're doing, and you put all that money on your vacation, and you get there and you go through all these changes. Yeah.
It's like living in Gary, and instead of me going to the Chicago airport, I find $50 less in Detroit. So I'm going to fly out of Detroit. There's no way I'm going all the way to Detroit. No way. Chicago's closer. It's an hour and some change. I'm going to go there. So yeah, think about that. So he said he went to the car rental agency. He said nobody spoke English.
Wow. And he didn't use the translator.
Obviously, he didn't have it.
Yeah, didn't have the app.
But do you believe that in Santo Domingo, in a huge tourist-driven that's the biggest airport, that nobody at the car agency spoke English? Do you believe that?
No, I wouldn't believe that at all because even we got
You rented a car in Santo Domingo. That's why I'm asking.
Yes.
What did they speak to you?
They spoke English.
All
and
right.
even the signs they had of picking people up was in English.
Right. So he says he paid for the rental. He said he paid for it before he left the U.S. Right. So he prepaid, had his rental ready. He said they forced him to leave a $250 cash deposit. He said he's sure he will never see it again. And then he said, and a $300 cash non-refundable payment for car insurance. So that just screams, that sure wasn't any reputable car agency. And that should have been the big thing right there to say, hey, you shouldn't rent this car. I would be like, you know what? I want to cancel my registration, my reservation for this. And I'm going to go somewhere else. And I would go next door to someone else and I would just fight them for the money, later when I got back from my trip, because there's no reason to be leaving a $250 cash deposit for a car and then a $300 non-refundable car insurance payment. Because usually you can use a credit card that has insurance on it, or you take your car insurance card.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, any car that you're driving can be covered.
And they'll show that. Absolutely.
So there's that. All right. So he said all that, and they gave him a 2014 Sentra with over 215,000 miles. He said it had a cracked windshield, and the transmission was slipping with bald tires. He's amazed it didn't leave him stranded. What do you think about that?
I think that's a terrible deal because we got a better deal than that. We flew into Punta Cana and we drove all the way to Santo Domingo. Yeah. We had a much better car. Yeah. Even a car that ran hot on us, that was a better condition than the car that he got. And it ran hot on us.
I wouldn't have took it. I'm sorry. They'd have had to be cussed out in English and Spanish. I'm sorry. All right. And you guys make sure you're hitting thumbs up.
Thumbs up, guys.
And make sure you are checking in and telling us where you're at so that you can say hi. Okay. So the guy comes to Santo Domingo instead of Punta Cana. Mistake number 1.
Right.
He says no one speaks English and he believed that. Mistake number 2. He goes to a car rental agency at the airport. Mistake number 3.
Mistake number 3.
He leaves a huge deposit. Mistake number 4. Now, he stayed in an all-inclusive, but for I don't know what reason, he decided to go to a highly recommended restaurant in Boca Chica. Okay? He said it looked like a great place to get robbed, raped, or murdered. He also didn't... He said the guards were walking around everywhere, even in the gas station with shotguns. Have we not said and have we not done videos about how they secure everything in the DR?
That's basically the...
Doesn't matter where you go.
It's a thing in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
It's, whether it's a bank, whether it's the...
it could be an ice cream store.
Ice cream store, coffee shop.
Bakery.
Especially shopping center, food shopping center. Price Smart, all those places. They got somebody there to stand at the door with a shotgun. Gas station, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said then he went to La Romana to have dinner another night at a highly recommended restaurant on the beach. And he said that was the second place that was horrible that he went to. And I couldn't understand because when he named the resort, which I'm not going to name, it is a huge, fancy, all-inclusive. So I was like...
Because when you have an all-inclusive, why should you have to go through a lot of changes? Everything should be taken care of for you when you get there. So something wrong with this picture. Something definitely didn't go right.
And he never watched one of our videos.
Yeah, he didn't watch the video.
Better.
He never took account.
Jose said he has a solution.
Yeah, what is that, Jose?
He said, go to Portugal with no regrets. That would fix it all. True story. But he wanted to go to the DR. So he went, he said he was upset because gas was $5.50 a gallon. I would love to have $5.50 a gallon. It's way more here.
Yeah, I mean, it's way more. It costs more than here.
Here's a news flash for everybody that didn't know. When you need to get gas and you live on an island, everything needs to be brought in. And it costs more.
You know, I don't know why people think because they go to the Dominican Republic, that everything cheap. They think about free. It's going to be cheap.
Yeah,
and
they think they're going to eat.
Some stuff is, some stuff not.
Yeah, well, because people put videos and say, oh, you're going to eat for like $2. You're going to get drunk for like $3 the whole time you're there. You're going to get cigars for $1. That is not true. Things are cheaper, way, way cheaper and less expensive. But certain things do cost money, and gas is definitely one of them. I mean, I wouldn't even begin to lie and say gas didn't cost anything here. It's like 7 something.
Hey, gas costs so much. In the DR, they got propane tanks in their back trunk.
Oh yeah, the propane. Yeah,
propane. They got the regular Dominicans. They can't afford those gas prices.
Yeah, they don't want to pay it.
So it's all propane.
True. So let's keep on with our horror story. It gets better. So he went to a liquor store in Punta Cana. Now, what have we said about Punta Cana? You called Punta Cana the what?
The New York City of the Dominican Republic.
Right. Everything there is very expensive because they know that you are all tourists stuck there in Punta Cana, except for the people who live on, in the actual outside, parts. But when you're in that tourist, corridor, they know that if you're here in this hotel, you need to just cross the street and get liquor. So that liquor store is going to be extremely high.
Right.
And they put little bodegas and grocery stores, but those grocery stores are super expensive. They are not the prices that we paid in like Santiago. So he went to the liquor store. He said he got a 5th of Absolute vodka. Let's see in the comments. Can anybody guess how much he paid while I sip on my tawny port?
Thumbs up, you guys.
A 5th of Absolute vodka in Punta Cana. I'll hold while you guys all decide your best guesses. Let's see some prices. I want to see this thing light up. Price.
And let's see some thumbs up, you guys. Thumbs to the up.
And also, I'll take a pause here for the sign right there by Eric, the Buy Me a Coffee / Portugal E. So if you guys want to donate, get membership, or get a consultation so that you're not the sorry, poor, sad guy writing this story that we're reading. James is the only one with a guess. You guys all scared? What's wrong? Guess how much that this guy paid in the liquor store in Punta Cana for Absolute vodka, a 5th of Absolute vodka. Oh, and then I said 35. Woo, she close. I'll give everybody a few more minutes to guess.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, this is when I need the music from Jeopardy.
Dun, 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 dun. I tell you, just describing this guy, he definitely didn't think outside the box. He was still inside the box. So he definitely wasn't wearing one of these t-shirts, that's for sure.
Yeah, did you see that? I love his t-shirt.
T-shirt?
Okay, so James said 4. All right. So this guy paid at a liquor store in Punta Cana corridor for a 5th of Absolute vodka, $36. He said at his local grocery, wherever he gets his, it's 20. So he overpaid, and then I was close. She was $1 off. You came, so congratulations. He then, if that wasn't enough, at this point, like he just could have came to me, and I would have kneed him in the balls. It would have been less painful, and took his money because that would have been less painful as we keep going on what happened to this poor guy. Now he decides he wants to go to a grocery store in Punta Cana but wait, there's more. He hasn't learned his lesson at the liquor store. Let's go get some stuff at the grocery store.
Wow.
Well, this is what he bought. He bought a 1/2 gallon of orange juice, a 12-pack of Corona beer, and a bag of limes. Now, the first thing we've always told everybody, how do you buy beers in the DR? How do they sell them?
Separately?
Yes. So if you grab a 12-pack, which you'll have them in the packs on the shelves so that they don't break. But if you grab the whole 12-pack, you got to look at the price, and that's price per beer. It's not like out here. Out here, the price is the price for the 6-pack or the price for the individual beer, but it will say. Over there, no matter what the price is, it's the price per beer. Right. It's not the entire case, unless you're at Price Mart. Jose said, I would recommend the Típico Moana for a great lunch and drinks there. Oh, in La Romana and Santiago. And then Douglas said, I've stayed mostly in tourist areas in DR, and grocery is expensive. I hope the average Dominican isn't paying what I paid. Nope, they're not. Because we weren't.
That's right. You paid the gringo prices.
Yeah, no, they ain't paying that. Even when we went on vacation and we went to the north, we took food.
Yeah,
because I knew it was cheaper
Yeah.
in Santiago at our local grocery store. I'd buy what's
Sure
on
did.
sale, and then I would take the stuff with us on vacation, which is what most Dominicans do. They'll take stuff on vacation with them. So he bought a half-gallon orange juice, a 12-pack of Corona beer, and a bag of limes. Any guess on what he spent on that? And yes, Jose, you do. You got to get out of the tourist areas.
Right.
How much did he get took for at the grocery store? At the liquor store, he got took for $36. Now he's at the grocery store. He's buying a half of a gallon of orange juice, a 12-pack of Corona beer, and a bag of limes. James said $75. I mean, at this point, right?
This is like, you can't make this stuff up. When you don't do a consultation and you just going there blind,
right,
and not knowing what the prices are,
right,
and
or where to go or how to do it,
or where to go, and thinking that you're actually in the area where the locals are, but you're actually in a tourist spot. Of course, you're gonna dig deeper into your pocket. Right. That's obvious.
Right. So he paid. So James said 75, Nana said 50.
Mm-hmm.
He paid $42. So again, you were the closest, Nana. So now he is in already $78 deep. Right, President. That's what I said. Jose said, well, "Who would drink Corona in the DR? Because they got Presidente." Yeah. Right. That's the first thing I would get. But you could tell he's a gringo. Just saying. So now he's in $78. I'm like, at that point, if I was staying at an all-inclusive resort and I didn't pay for the, like the upgrade to be like VIP or whatever, I could have took that $70-some and got the VIP bracelet, and drank top shelf all day.
Because you had to drag stuff all over the place. You'd be right there with it,
I don't get it.
Well,
yeah.
It's crazy.
So the resort that he was in, he said the seaweed was piled waist deep, and there was so much inside of the water, seaweed-wise. He said it was not enjoyable, so they couldn't swim in it.
Wow, that's well, I thought those resorts also had swimming pools on them.
Yes, most of them.
The one we stayed at had pools.
Most of them have plural pools. Yes.
And swim up bars and everything else. So you're gonna have to,
Yes.
I look at it this way: if you're gonna pay all this money, you're on a plane and fly out there. Why go to all these changes? You go in the grocery store. Listen, we was at non-Onyx. We didn't take nothing with us.
Yeah.
But ourselves.
And a suitcase clothes.
And a suitcase full of clothes.
And dresses is what I took.
My sunglasses. We're ready to have a good time and enjoy ourselves and not to have no worries. And that's how it should be when you fly all over the place and you take off time from work and you go enjoy yourself at vacation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Douglas, you were close because you just guessed late, but yeah, you're. So then he said he did get drinks at the resort. Ready for this now? Okay. The drinks at the resort were very watered down, and he could only get again a Corona beer. So I don't know why he wanted Corona beers. I guess he wasn't brave enough to try Presidente. He would have loved it, but he said that they charged him an extra $5 per beer so that he can drink Corona.
I mean, I've never heard of that before, because I thought it was when you go to a resort, especially in the DR, there's normally an open bar. Because once you pay that fee and it's all inclusive, that's what that really means. All inclusive.
Right.
That's what happened. That's what happened with us. We went.
Right. And we have said time and time again about staying at resorts and checking them out and doing your due diligence. And again, that is why we offer consultation, because there is a lot of resorts that we know are not that great.
Right.
And our consultation fee is minimal compared to how much he's already wasted. Let's put it this way. He's already wasted probably double. Well, no, not even double, probably 10 times because of the two insurance things. He spent at least over 10 times what our consultation fee is. And we're not even done.
Wow, this is
so he said,
that's crazy. That's
he
crazy.
said, to wrap this all up, he said, everyone mostly outside of the resort was not as friendly as I expected. And I said to you, I said, well, I know he thinks that when he's on the resort, everyone's smiling because they're doing their jobs and they're smiling and they're asking what you need and how can I help you. But when you step off the resort, those people are getting from the resort to home. They've had to plaster a smile for so long.
Right.
at work,
Mhm.
do you really think that they want to be bothered with you when they're off the clock? Like, you really think they're going to be super friendly and open a door for you and go out of their way for you?
Mhm.
They're not. They've been at work, busting their butt, serving, cleaning, whatever,
Mhm.
waitressing, barbecue. You want to get your phone? Any of that. And they're not going to sit up there and be like, oh, hi, everybody. Can you hear? Turn it off. All right. Because there's no way that they're going to do all that after working so hard for you. So I don't understand in that service corridor how it's not like in Santiago. In Santiago, when you're at the store, people are smiling, they'll say hi to you or whatever. And if you need something, they'll answer you if they can help. Like, there's been times when we've been places and they've not known about they know that we can't understand, so they sit there and they say, oh, can I help you? Here, I speak English, I can help you. And then they've helped us. So it's a different vibe, the places that you're at.
Well, it depends on where you're at. Because you know what? Like I always say on the channel, you get what you pay for.
Well, he said that he paid $5,000.
That's a lot of money.
Right? He said $5,000 vacation.
Something definitely went wrong.
If we spent $5,000 in a resort in DR,
we would live the time of our lives.
Wait, that would be a presidential suite. That would be literally a concierge at our beck and call. I would be getting out of the bed like Eddie Murphy on Coming to America. Hello, my king. Let me brush your teeth. The royal peace, your highness. I'm like, come on, man. There ain't no way. $5,000 he said he spent. And he called it, quote unquote, vacation from hell.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. We spent less than that when we went to Cancun, didn't we?
Lots.
And we had our own little we had our own cabana. We had our own little spot.
Oh, we went VIP. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
had our little cove with the outdoor shower and the inside, and we had a jacuzzi, and we had
it was really, the
top
food
shelf,
was good.
Yeah.
Never had a problem. Yeah. I had to lift my luggage not one time. It was just a good experience. Yeah. Well worth the money. Even the airlines was included in that fare. And
even here, you could do the most elaborate vacation ever.
For that kind of money.
Yeah, for $5,000. We're looking into what was that? Like, it's like a cruise, but it's a sailboat plus cruise ship, whatever that thing's called. And that thing's not even $5,000 for both of us.
Yeah, it's just
no way.
I don't know what went wrong, but it wasn't good.
No way. So
bad experience.
All right, let's get caught up. Wendell, he said, hi, how are you guys?
Hello.
Que lo que from DR. So, hey, Wendell. Jose said that's about 4 weeks at TRS. Rosai, salute. She says, saludos.
Saludos. Hola.
Wendell says, it's his pleasure to see, it's his happy pleasure to see a new video. Douglas said, question for each of you. Are you happy in Portugal, or were you happier in the DR? You look like you were happier in the DR.
Who said that?
Doug.
No way. I'm happy here. If I was happy in DR, guess what? My bags would be packed.
Doug.
I'd have been gone. Actually, next month, we'll be here a whole year.
Yeah.
So you think I'm going to sit here for a whole year and not be happy? Yeah. And I'm in retirement. Hello, I can go anywhere in the world I want to go. Yeah. So I'm definitely more content and happy. I'm definitely safer, that's for sure. There you go.
It was getting a little hairy because when poverty starts setting in because of COVID, and everybody was, stuck and not working, it got a little scary. We were hearing about people getting jumped at coming out of grocery stores. Remember that? People that had and would getting ready to put things in their car, and then they would just take it out of the car or take it out of the cart and just run off with their food, snatch and grab purses that never happened before. Yeah. Our area, I should just say, in our area. And it was getting a little crazy. So Wendell said, I heard there are a lot of Blacks in Portugal in the Lisbon area. Well, you are near Africa. So there's a lot of Africans that have
They have migrated here
Mhm.
from
relocated.
places
Mhm.
like, Zimbabwe, places like that, because I mean it's only a short boat ride to the country of Africa. You hit Egypt first, and you got the other countries, and I mean it's some areas there are poverty stricken, and then some areas there are real nice.
Yeah.
And I was just watching a segment on Dateline last night, and how Germany has become infested with all kind of immigrants. They're coming from Iran. They're coming from, I mean, especially Africa. It's a deep population of Africa, but they'll go
I
there.
don't know why would they go to Germany? The tax
Because they
is so
said,
high.
I know, but they say that place where they came from is a lot better than where they was.
They
And
got
they're
to get
immigrants too.
ate up by that tax.
So
That's
the tax
insane.
eat them up, but they got to work 2 or 3 jobs to be able to pay for the taxes.
But Wendell, yes, you are correct. There are, I mean, there's Black people all over, because there's a lot of expats that are Black also from the U.S. and from England and everywhere else. So yeah, there is. Douglas said Tina looks happier. You already know, Doug. RA said hello.
Hello.
And Jose said lots of people from Angola.
Yep, Angola, Morocco, Australia.
Yeah, and RA said and Canada. Yeah.
Especially Canada. Oh my goodness! I mean, they're all over the place.
Yeah, we are becoming the what do you call that? The what's that? The world? What's that? What is that? Where all the countries go? What's that called?
I don't know, but I know where they're coming. They're coming here. They're going to London. They're going to UK. They're going to Paris. When we was in Paris a few months ago, there was a lot of Africans there too, and they were selling stuff on the streets and in the tourist area. And they was trying. We was taking pictures and videos. They wanted us to take a picture of them because
they ran.
They ran off because they didn't want, because maybe they didn't have a permit.
Yeah, they didn't have the
or
permits.
they was in the country.
Yeah.
Some of them come to the country.
They didn't have the permit to sell the stuff.
Okay.
And then they would get in trouble because every time a cop would walk by, they had it on blankets and they would swoop up the whole blanket and they'd take off running. So yeah.
I was wondering, I said, you too grown, man, to be be camera, you to be shy.
So the guy had, to wrap this all up about him, he made a $5,000 mistake. That's what I'm gonna call that. He calls it vacation from hell. I'm gonna say he made 5,000 different mistakes. We have done a lot of videos. Honestly, if you just go through the different videos that we've done, it would literally have cleared everything up. But the one thing that I do want to touch on is and I think this is what a lot of people don't understand. What is a consultation? What are they for? Everybody says they don't need it till they need it. And the people that have had it is like, I should have done this a lot sooner. And I will have another one because it was so informative and I have more questions, or I'm going to go through things and then I know I will have more, I'll need more clarification. But the one thing is, everyone thinks that you need the consultation just because you're going to relocate. Like, oh, I've made up my mind. I'm going to move. Now I need the consultation. I didn't think I needed it before. Now I think I need it. But that's not the only reason for consultation, correct?
Right. That's not the only reason. We offer a lot of things on the channel. And we're going to tell you this and tell you that. Also, I do my inspirationals on Sunday. And anybody need any inspirational counseling? Spiritual. I can definitely give you some information, give you some scriptures, and help you out with that. Yeah, so consultations aren't just for permanent relocation. They could be your homework or your scouting information prior to your relocation, or prior to even thinking that maybe you don't know for sure if the DR or if Portugal is for you. Because there's some people I will 100% say, yeah, the DR is for you. And then there's other people that I'm like, are you sure the DR is for you? Have you considered Portugal? And it's not to sell them because I'm here. It's because I listen to what you are telling me. I listen to what you need, what you want, and what you wish for. And sometimes, even though you think you're going to find it in one place, it may be better suited for you in another. And there have been people who have changed their minds. Yes, they really have. And they're really happy that, and we're not in the business to change people's mind, but you know what? Right. We want to see you happy just like we see you. Yeah. Happy. And it's what it is. It could be that you're just thinking about a vacation or a trip, because we did have a consultation recently with someone who was planning a anniversary, and he wanted it to be a very special anniversary for his wife. And so then we did things like made sure that we helped with any airline or airport questions, rental car questions, Airbnb choices, places to visit, landmarks that he should see, places maybe he
should not be around because there are that too. And yeah, I mean, everything down to favorite restaurants in different locations, different cities to see. We did everything. So we can do that also. That takes a little bit more than a consultation because that takes a whole write-up on but you can do that. We do help you plan your vacations. And then like Eric said, definitely anybody that is in need of some kind of spiritual guidance or counseling and wants a one-on-one session with the big guy. And he said, "Você fala português? Português? Sí. Sim. Un poco." So yeah, so that's, I mean, basically it's consultation is maybe just get some answers about the country you might want to visit
right.
or live. It doesn't have to be, I'm full force, my bags are packed, and see tutubim. If everything is ready to go, that's when I need a consultation. No.
Because we're on the inside looking out, and you guys on the outside looking in, especially if you don't live here and you've never been here before. It can get tricky, just like the guy that went to the DR. Things can get tricky. If you go somewhere for the first time, you're not really sure, you're not aware, and a lot of things could happen. I'm glad it didn't happen for this guy because he could have got kidnapped, whatever. You can't lay your guards down.
That's about the only thing that didn't happen at this point. Yeah, I mean,
can't lay your guards down.
What else could happen to him? Everything that could happen to him happened to him.
But I'm quite sure he's not the only one that lost money. Yeah. You know, when sometimes it's the wrong move. We
get horror stories all the time on people with mistakes they've either made or are about to make, or have heard other people make, and they're worried and they write, or they get consulted. We've done emergency consultations with people who are in country and were freaking out because nothing was working. Remember that? And needed to talk to us like that day, which I didn't see it till the night. So I was like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. But we get things like that because people don't plan. And you always say, if you don't plan,
if you plan to fail, you fail to plan, something like that.
You fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yes. There you
go. You say it all the time.
I say it all the time. Sometimes I just get, just like the lady that came to the house, she had the dogs. Okay, we kind of helped her out, but it's just a lot of things, little small detail stuff. And when you do a consultation, we drop those jewels, since we're actually inside of the country, and we can tell you what to watch out for, be careful about this, careful about that, because he could have actually been in a rental car, and they could have stopped him and did one of them shakedowns on the side.
True.
That would have took the whole matter to a whole nother level.
Or people who will hit you, then turn and blame you. Everyone on the street will vouch for the Dominican guy. And then the next thing you know, you're embroiled in something that's going to cost you hundreds. They're making you hand over hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get you out of the situation, which people do. They panic and they're like, all right, $200-300 here. And the person walks away and they got $200-300. They already had it done in their car. What do they care?
Yeah, it can be really, really tricky and sticky. And so you just got, so much you have to be careful. Because all countries, everybody has their different countries, have their different standards and laws and stuff that you got to really be aware of.
Yeah. Joey Holt, he said, "Hi, I'm retired and moving to DR later this year. How much are your DR consultations? Love your videos, by the way." So then you would go to the Buy Me a Coffee /Caribbean-y, and consultations are $75. So then you would hit up us at Caribbean-y instead of Portugal-y, but it's still Buy Me a Coffee / and then it's Caribbean-y. And then we would talk to you. And the way I like to do it is I will always reach out and I will have you send me what your questions and concerns are, because we really like to craft that entire time with you to what you need, what you want. And then I also layer in a few things that you might not have thought about and that you may need. And then we do a follow-up email after, telling you everything that we discussed, emails or links that you might need to help you out.
And help you to get through the hump.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be coulda, shoulda, woulda.
So hit us up, Joey, and thank you, because he said he loves our videos.
Thank you, man. And
we work kind of hard on them.
And thank you for your service. I'm a veteran just like you.
Yes.
So I know how how that thing is. And it's just a beautiful thing, man, being able to help another veteran out. That's just it touches my heart, being able to help somebody that's been through the grind, been through the trenches, been through the foxholes, just like I have, You can help them have a better life.
And you have navigated the VA system out there
Yes.
in the DR, and doctors, and some good clinics and some bad clinics, because there's some bad ones out
You
there.
better believe it.
And yeah, I would definitely say to you, more than anybody, book a consultation and talk to us. We will do everything in our power to go above and beyond for you and to help you out.
Mm-hmm. And DR is still a good place. I mean, you just gotta know how to navigate certain things. Gotta know the ins and outs. And I tell everybody, you have a choice where you want to live. You have a choice where you want to spend the rest of your life and how you retire. I don't have anything negative to say about DR. I got some brothers from another mother still living there. Love you guys. We just made a different move, and I got some new family here in Portugal.
There you go. Love it. On vacation there. That's right. Windows said, "You two are a lovely couple," and that he loves our videos also.
Thank you.
Gracias. Jose said, "I would say if you're an Army, retired, or veteran with 100%, Portugal would be the best place for retirement." Jose, you said it. I didn't want to say
You called
that.
it, my friend. You called it.
I would have said that too, but just saying.
Yes. Beautiful.
So anybody with any questions, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up, comment like these guys did. Keep on throwing us questions. We'll answer those for a few more minutes. And we went through our horror stories. So if you didn't see it and you missed it, you're going to have to rewind and play this live again so you can hear, because you don't want to be the Vacation from Hell horror story subscriber. That's what you do not want to do. Jose said we're the Portugal experts. Oh, thank you, Jose. Pretty soon you're going to be a Portugal expert.
Yeah, you're going to be right over here with us.
Douglas said a few Dominicans have been warning me not to move to Santiago because of the crime. What's your opinion on the crime in Santiago? It depends on where in Santiago. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
Because recently they had moved the White House, I will call that, but the place where the president and vice president are conducting business. So their presidential palace is now in Santiago. So over near the monument, things like that, they're trying to clean it up. It's still not crystal clean. And that's where all the tourism comes.
Right.
Now, when you go onto the outskirts, you can go in any direction away from there. And some of those areas, not so cute. If you're moving towards the areas that we stayed in, it's still relatively clean and safe because they have a greater police presence, because you're talking about millionaires that are living in that area. Like literally, like I said, I can't use this story enough, so I'll use it again. My son and I were meeting, him and a subscriber. They were at a restaurant, and I grabbed an Uber for my son and I. We get into the Uber, and the Uber kind of got turned around in one of the little side streets. And all of a sudden I hear him go, "Oh no," and then I look, and two motorcycle police pull up on either side of us, and they tell me to roll down his window, and he rolls it down. And they're like, "What are you doing here?" Because you just don't go rolling around in neighborhoods like that. They want to know, who are you? Why are you here? And he was like, I'm an Uber. And they're like, "Where are you going?" And they looked at us, and I was like, told them the name of the restaurant. And then they're like, "Follow us." And one was in behind to make sure he did, and one was in front. And they guided him out and told him to go. So it depends on where in Santiago you live. That's all I got to say, because there's some bad parts and there's some good parts. But it's just like Santo Domingo or anywhere else.
Yeah. There's some places in the country.
And some parts are just all shitholes, like in the north.
Zero tolerance. They won't even, if you don't even smell, if they smell wrong on you, believe me, you won't make it 50 feet. They will escort you out of
because all the workers, like saying all the guys that do the landscaping and all the cleaning ladies and all the ladies that come in to help the elderly people that live in those houses, they're gone by like 5 or 6. You know that. It's like a mass exodus. You see them all walking out towards the bus stops. Then once the sun is down, it's only people that live there.
Now, the only ones you might see in the area that's still there after hours is the ones that's doing construction. That's a lot of your Haitian workers that are.
But they're not supposed to be at those construction
But they let
sites.
them stay in those buildings.
Yeah, they let them.
Until it's completed. They let them stay in those buildings without windows, without AC or whatever. And then they'll stay there until that project's complete. Once that project's complete,
actually illegal.
then they make you They do it though.
Yeah, I know they do it.
But they want the workers on site, and they got to work for you to get to work. You'll be already there the next day.
But you see, they stay in. They might go and grab some food, but then they're in. For
they stay right in there. Yeah, they can't be long, walking around and partying and loud music. Can't do any of that. Yeah.
So Nana said, any less than pleasant experience in Portugal? Ooh, I got to think about that.
Well, you know what? I'll put it to you this way. Everything here takes a minute. So pack your patience. But then things took a while in the DR too.
Well, you know what? I'll say the only unpleasant thing is whenever you have to do anything that requires like a driver's license or like anything that requires governmental or state offices because they do drag. You can have an appointment and you still sit.
Yep.
You hurry to sit.
Hurry up and wait. The military said, hurry up and wait.
And God forbid you're sitting on a phone waiting because they're just like, do. It takes forever. Yeah. That's about the only less than pleasant experiences that we've had in Portugal. It's never been shook down, never. I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
That's weird. I can think of anything. We've been here a year.
I mean, the most noise I hear during the day is the dog barking. That's it. The dog is barking, maybe,
Well, if that's your only complaint, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I wish I had a muzzle for those dogs, but other than that.
So Deborah said, what do you think about Puerto Plata for retirement? What do you think?
All depends on what area of Puerto Plata. Because basically, for the most part, Puerto Plata has really gotten congested with a lot of expats. And I'm the kind of person, yes.
You would move to Puerto Plata? What if I told you I could give you a place in Puerto Plata? Would you live there?
I don't know. All depends.
I wouldn't.
All depends. I don't want to live around a lot of Americans because that's when your prices are going to go up because some of these prices are much as they are back in the States. If I'm going to pay $400,000 or $500,000 house in the DR, I'm out to stay in the States. I'm going there to get the best for my buck and get a bargain and get a deal. Okay. So I want the same thing, half the price.
Okay. So I think Puerto Plata is a whoremongering area. I think that either side you go to from it, it's either drugs or it's prostitution. That happens a lot in the north. Sorry. It's very touristy. I don't think it's a bunch of expats. I think it's tourists that ruin it. I think that the people that live there are very below income. So you do get a lot of crime. And you couldn't catch me dead there. There is so much. You can't even step on a beach and enjoy the beauty of the beach because somebody's either begging or somebody's trying to hustle you or somebody's trying to, get you to pay for an umbrella or a drink or a knick-knack. They're like on you constantly. In Portugal, you can have a beach we saw hundreds of people sitting on it and they're all friends and hanging out and family and nobody's over there hustling them. Puerto Plata is a shithole, but hey, teach his own.
Teach his own, because everybody, they go out there, they want to live by the beach. Yeah. So now, if you say you're going to Sosua, I would say time out, okay? Because you want to be safe. You got to be careful when you go out there.
Deborah said, "Is Cabarete better?" Cabarete is where all the party guys go, all the surfers. A lot of European guys, younger. It's a younger crowd. And if you talk to any Dominicans, they'll tell you that Cabarete is where they sell the majority of their drugs.
Yes, because I got somebody to sell me drugs. Actually, I was on the beach and hanging out with some subscribers, and the guy walked up to me I said, no, thank you. Yeah. And
the funny part is that in Puerto Plata is where that guy just died recently. That black guy that was 50 some years old. He went to some corner store and he bought a Viagra. He was there cheating on his wife with a prostitute. He took a Viagra and she gave him some drinks. And then they found him dead because she left him in the hotel room dead. And the cleaning lady found him the next day. And then they had to try to call Mexican so somebody can come and get that body yaddy. And they said a woman checked in with him. So he got busted in the afterlife.
How about that single school teacher? Did she get killed there too? Puerto Plata?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, okay. But then that was an inside job. That was somebody that knew her. Those kids. It was multiple. Yeah, they knew her and they knew she had money and then she had things in there and they robbed her and then killed her. Yeah, that was a long time ago though. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Deborah said, okay, I'm moving to Portugal. No. I mean, hey, there's, like I said, there's people who love DR. Maybe the DR is for them. And then there's those that is not. And Portugal be for you. So that's why I said you really have to look and see, because Tailor Made Dreams. Okay, so RA said Tailor Made Dreams, the YouTube guy, had his house in Puerto Plata broken into. He caught it on tape. They took his safe and everything.
Oh my God.
I mean, look, we do lives and people see, okay? And when we were in the DR, a lot of more subscribers and people that watch our videos knew us. Like
Thousands.
There was a lot of Dominicans that would come up to us when we were at the stores or out walking or whatever and say, oh, Caribbean. So they watch. And this is exactly why I said what I said. And you know what, Jose and Nana, I told you guys this. I said, I told Eric to stop filming when we were in the DR outside of our house, because we literally had a guy who said, hey, I know where you live. And I was like, no, you don't. And then he literally said, that building, is, if you look at the angles, you live in this building. If you don't live in that building, you live in the building next, but I know where you live. And that scared shit out of me. Not that I was scared of the guy. It's just, you see everything when we do lives and when we do apartment tours and everything. So if somebody wants to come and gank you.
Well, I won't worry about that, because we had 3 or 4 different levels of security.
Us, but Tailor Made didn't have that.
Yeah, but Tailor Made didn't have what we had. That's why you get what you pay for. Okay, you get what you pay for, and we don't have hardly any of that here. But this is the 3rd safest place country on the planet, so that's another reason why we moved here. Because why want to get robbed when you worked all these years for your stuff, and you live in another country, and I mean, just in your retirement, you get robbed. That's not good. It's not good. In that case, I could have stayed in the United States. I can get robbed, shot, and everything else. So in the States.
RA said there was a pipe that runs from the beach up to the street. The police think the guy climbed in the pipe.
Oh my God! What?
That's some, I guess. And then RA said you should have deleted or blocked him. I mean, you know, people say things like that. Well, the kicker is that he wanted to meet us.
Yeah, he wanted to meet us.
And then he was like, so meet me, come meet me and I'll buy you a drink, and I'll buy you a drink at this place because I know you live right over here by this restaurant. And I was just like, and I looked at you, I was like, I hope you know we are never meeting him. I feel like he's going to throw you in a trunk and he's going to be wearing your body. Talking about it puts the lotion on from the freaking Jodie Foster movie.
Well, you know, we don't meet everybody, but the people that we do meet, we have to feel and see if we're gonna be comfortable. And if it is, it's during the day, definitely at night. But our area where we were staying at, we was pretty good in that area.
So he says that Tailor Made beefed up the security. He has alarms and security now when he leaves the city. And here's the thing: if he lived in the kind of area we lived in, and if he lived in Santiago, he wouldn't need to put all kinds of alarms and security systems on his house, because wasn't no one breaking into my fortress. Because like you said, there was a bunch. Like, first of all, you got to get through the first gate. Secondly, you got to get through the second locked door. Thirdly, then you get to a concierge and there's a guy sitting outside when you try to break that second door, right?
Double barrel.
That's 24/7.
With some barrels for you.
So then you get in. So say you overtook.
I mean the beer barrels, neither.
Right. So say you overtook the security guard and you
barrels.
sat up there and got through the security guard in. Then you guys, the concierge that has already dialed 911 for the DR, which isn't 911, but he's already dialed for the police. And then you still got to get past another security door. Now you're in the hallway of the building, and then you got to figure out which apartment's mine.
And how you gonna knock that big old giant door down with all them locks on it? Because for the most part, I've seen our security guard, and I watch him sometimes with my one to make sure he's wide awake. He ain't back there.
He shot at somebody one night.
He shot at somebody as a warning shot.
Outside.
You shouldn't be here.
And it was outside. Boom. Yeah, and it was outside. It wasn't
oh
even
my God! I'll go to Vietnam somewhere. I was like, man, let me go grab my cowboy boots. I mean, my military combat boots and my steel pot and all that kind of, my web gear, all that kind of stuff. I don't have to go out there, get on the firing line. Jesus. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. But that shows you that they do not play.
Yeah.
When they go like this, you in trouble.
Right. And if he got robbed, and when he got robbed or whatever, that's what it is. I'm telling you, you can't tell me no different. You guys tell me in the comments. It's because they see things on the TV. They know that you're online, so obviously you have some kind of electronics or whatever.
And they watch when you go out. Probably somebody hung out with them, had some drinks.
And you're talking about how you got all this money. You're from the U.S. La da 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 da. And then I told you can't be flashy.
Being flashy. Being flashy. And that will get you janked and robbed in a minute. I mean, they still people flashy cars out there. They'll take your car.
Oh yeah, there was a guy.
They'll take your car.
What was he? Was he a boxer or whatever? During the COVID, everybody was locked down, and then he woke up in the middle of the night. And his damn car was took. So yeah. Oh, Theodore's on. Hi, Theodore.
Hey, Theodore, man.
He said, "I remember my first visit. It was a fortress." That's right, because Theodore has been to our house.
Hello. That's a little witness right there.
He was at our house
been to our crib.
In the DR, but a nice fortress. Yes, it was. It was.
Oh my goodness.
And then Jose said there's a lot of security in Portugal. I feel very safe walking around or driving in Portugal. Yes. I mean, it's so safe. You don't see, like, where were we that we saw the police officer finally? And I was like, what? I never see police officers. Where were we?
We see a bunch of Blue Moon. They stop and have a little roadside check sometimes.
We were somewhere waiting for an Uber, right? Oh, the night we said goodbye to Jose and Nana, we were outside of the Praca. And the plaza, remember? And then you go, oh, look, a police car. And I go, shut the front door. That's the first one I've seen in the longest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see more of them during the summer months while it was a high volume of tourists. But for the most part, you don't see them.
My mouth is wide open. RA said, plus Taylor announced he was going to Cuba. Wow. And so Robert went to another house before his, so he wasn't specifically targeted. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, you advertise it.
He was probably robbing houses in there because he probably looked like, because you go to the nice area. Let's be clear. If I was going to rob houses, I'm not going to the ghetto. I'm going to where it looks like they got something.
The last time I seen him when he did a live, him and another guy up there.
I don't think he looks like he got that much, but
he's got big old bars on his window. So I want to know, how in the world did they get in? How did they get through the bars? I
don't care that much, but anyway. Okay, so Joey said, why did you guys choose Santiago over Santo Domingo or one of the coast towns? Sorry if you know, we've answered it, but I don't mind. Santiago is more cultured. It attracted us because it had his VA clinic there. It had one of the best hospitals located in Santiago. And also because it was more like living in something like Santo Domingo, meaning nice restaurants, things like that, but without all the traffic. Because if you've ever been to Santo Domingo, you guys know.
I can't take the traffic, man.
Oh my God.
I can't do it.
Right.
I cannot. I mean, I got this thing where I'm claustrophobic.
It's like California.
I cannot be sitting there. No, and it's like California. It's like New York. You're stuck in traffic. You're wasting gas. And, everybody and their mother selling you stuff. So, it's just it puts you in a bad situation there. Pollution's all over the place. Yeah. You're breathing all over fumes and stuff. It's just a bad situation. Now, if you like to be able to spend your whole time in the traffic, go for it. Yeah. Go for it. But here, there's hardly any traffic unless you go like Lisbon, the big city and stuff like that. But for the most part, there ain't hardly no traffic on the freeway. You can come the back ways because we got more circles here. We got more circles.
What, in Portugal?
Yeah. We got a little more turnabouts than we got any lights. I hardly ever see a traffic light.
What would you prefer, though? I would much prefer a turnabout than a traffic light.
I prefer to keep going, not to worry about stopping and wasting time, wasting gas. Even though my car turns off when I stop, if I do get a light, the car turns off to save your fuel. And then when you take your feet off, put your feet back on the brake, put your feet on the gas, car starts back up again. That don't happen in the States. That don't happen in DR neither.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
so here I would say 100%. I have walked by myself and with you. I have taken Ubers by myself and with you. I have been to other cities and we walked around at night. We left the John Legend concert and we're walking the dark streets. Man, we turned on one street where we were staying in the Airbnb and it was dark as hell, but it's mansions. Like these people have. It was beautiful. Like we remember I was like, this is like a moonlit stroll. It's so nice. And no one was around. People that passed us were like, hola, hi, buenote. They were real nice and polite. And it's not that vibe out here. But again, is there ghettos? Yep. And is there places in Lisbon you should avoid because of like theft and robbery and petty? It's mostly petty crime like pickpocketing and things like that. But then there's gangs. There's gangs. I've heard of it. Little kids. I mean, not little. I say little kids, but they're like 20-year-olds. Kids in gangs, and as they're drug dealing. Yeah, but that's if you're looking for that stuff, you're gonna find it in certain areas.
Right. I mean, they got a few little pockets and stuff with incidents. I mean, ain't no country perfect. I'm quite sure, this country got their little stuff too. But for the most part, it's durable, it's livable, and you don't have to worry about, looking behind your back, carrying a gun, carrying a knife, all these kind of things, because it just puts you in a bad frame of mind. And you just don't want to live that kind of life after you work your heart out all your life, and you got to, move somewhere.
Right.
And you can't even be safe. You can't even feel comfortable. Put you in a bad spot.
Right. So that's why we say, what? Sometimes you may say, what is consultation to wrap this all up? What is consultation? Well, I don't need it is always the first thing you think. But trust me, consultation can save you from things like this. It can give you insight because it's somebody who's actually lived there and been through it and visited all over and knows the ins and the outs. So it's not just when you're deciding to relocate, although we do relocation services where we can help you through D7 process and things like that here in Portugal. But it's not just that. It's also, I might be planning a vacation, or I need to know these specific things before I go because it's just going to put me in a good state of mind and or save me some money on my vacation or on my trip or on my relocation, because a small mistake can cost a lot of money.
Right. A lot of money, a lot of heartache, and it costs you your safety, your health, and everything else.
Right.
So, and I'll tell you something, we got a lot of other YouTubers all over the place. They're from here, they're from there, across the water, down the street, next town. But I'm going to tell you something, all the information you hear ain't the correct information.
You got that right.
Okay? You get what you pay for. If you get the right information, you can have better quality of life, and you can, your end of your day can be a good day. It don't have to be a bad day. You don't have to get taken to the cleaners.
Yeah. Douglas said, to help you get back on Portugal, how did you deal with the winter? I think I saw both of you in winter coats when you first got there. Now, when we first got here, but later on, we were it's not a super heavy winter coat, but a nice coat.
Yeah, because it gets a little chilly at night.
There is wind. The wind is kicks up, I tell. So you do need a hat and gloves and maybe even a scarf.
I wouldn't say gloves. You just need a
hat and scarf,
sweater, a hoodie, and you're good to go.
So it's not bad. We have
not like Chicago, not like New Jersey and New York.
And we have the fireplace. See the fireplace? That's so nice and cozy. I love. And actually, I will crack the patio open just so it gets a little chilly, so we can use the fireplace because I really like it. So, Ashley said, I would like to thank both of you for opening my eyes. I just got all of my teeth fixed for $1,000 in DR last month. Here in the U.S., they wanted $5,000 to $7,000 for one tooth. I believe that, and I will tell you this, that when you see how much this guy has gotten his smile together and how much he's paid out here, you're going to wish you could waited and came to Portugal, because no one thinks about Portugal. But man, you can save some money and get some great work. He's actually gotten way better work out here than he did in the DR. And in the DR, it was a good start, the braces. But for the major different things he needed, he came here. It's cheaper. It's cheaper here. So yes, and he's still in the process of it. It's not done yet. Jose said a good consultation as part of one's trip planning can pay for itself because it will help you and to avoid mistakes. Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
and Nana says, Sir Eric, you are 100% correct. You are both an eye opener. I already said you got a big smile. So with that, we're going to wrap up this live. Remember that a $5,000 vacation horror story can scare anybody, but planning. And what does it include into that planning? Consultation. So sometimes that little bit of money you spend can save you a lot of money in the end.
Right. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share this video. Hold on to it. You're going to need it. If you don't need it now, you'll need it later. You guys are yet still moving to the Dominican Republic. Reach out to us. We can help you out. And because I'll tell you something, Santiago is a big city, but even some areas in Santiago is sketchy. So we can direct you to nice neighborhoods you want to go to, save you a lot of time and save you some money.
Yes.
Save you from getting broke in.
So
till the next video, guys, have a lovely, beautiful day. Peace.